Hi all, it's Naomi here at Toki Creations, and today I've got an Art by Marlene art journal page for you. So today I'm creating in my Dylusions large journal, and I'm using this because I needed to glue 2 pages together. So you need 2 pages to glue together, and I'm starting here using my stamp press, and I'm using the Bug Hotel stamp, and as usual I'll link all the products below that I use just in case I forget the names of them while I'm doing the voiceover. So if you haven't already liked and subscribed to my channel, I'd love if you could like, subscribe, and even leave a comment. So I'm stamping the back part of my page that I'm creating today, the underneath part. And I've just done 2 there, and I'll show you what I'm doing with those shortly. So here I'm just doing another off stamp so I could cut out the insert of one to use as my template to cut out the top page. So my idea here is to create little peekaboo holes, and I got this idea off a page I saw Neve Bailey do. So I won't bore you with all the cutting out, but I'm just using a board underneath and cut out just those 6 holes, and I haven't thrown those away. So here I've decided that my top layer is going to be in the cool shade, so I'm looking for greens and blues, using the Art by Marlene acrylic paints, and I'm just using the Art by Marlene brush and just putting on paint in various spots and a little bit onto those pieces I cut out as well. So I think, so I'm using Kermit here, and I started with Heaven, and now I've moved on to Mermaid, and I'm using a dry brush technique, and I'm not washing my brush in between, which gives a little bit of a blend mix in some cases. And so that's this sky from the new set, and now I'm using Smurf. Again, I'm making sure I get a little bit on most of those little pieces. And now I'm using Azure, which is more of a green colour, I think that was. And this one's the new colour Forest from the new set. It's quite a nice deep green. And I'm finishing off here with Police, which is a lovely navy. And then I think I just go back over the top with a little bit more Heaven because it got a little bit lost there, just to finish that off. And I'm just grabbing out some stamps and working through my process here. I don't always know exactly what I want to do when I start off, but I knew I wanted to cut the holes out. So here I'm using, it's like a honeycomb stamp from the Bold Butterfly set, I believe, and I'm just over stamping those colours to help blend those colours into each other. And I've just picked a few of the lighter colours to do that with. And I'm also getting those little pieces as well. And here I've used some dots from, I think it's the Romantic Florals. And I'm just using some lace paint to pop those just randomly on the page. And I'm just drying that off. And I'm using my chicken wire stamp, and I'm just putting it randomly in spots on my page. Besides the fact that I don't have a block that's big enough for that whole thing without using my stamp press again, I didn't want it on the whole page. So I'm using archival ink on that one to stamp that on. And now I've decided that my peekaboo holes are going to be in neons. So I'm using the neon acrylic paint, and this is the Wow. And I'm just randomly putting it on. There's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I'm just making sure that I have colour in all those holes. And I keep turning the page back just to check, because some of them slightly stamp off. They're not quite exactly square, but that's why I stamped the whole block on the back page, because I don't really care if it goes over. So I've used the Boom and the hot pink, and now I'm using the funky, and I think I use a bit of the green as well. So, and I just go over those just to brighten them up a bit and extend them out and dry them off. So next I'm using the Art by Marlene sticky glue pen, and I'm just gluing those pages together. It was particularly important to use a newer book for this process because I needed the page to be quite flat. So here I'm just trying to replace those pieces I cut out and make sure they're the right way around. And I'm just searching my cupboards, I'm guessing, for some washi tape to match. And no, I've decided I've cut that out, sorry. I'm going to stamp some bugs. So this is from the new Back to Nature set, and it's the bugs. Not sure exactly what it's called, possibly Bugs Life. And I've stamped those with a stamp press and put those aside. So now I'm using that washi tape to stick those flaps on. And I didn't particularly care about the fact that it wasn't quite there because I particularly picked the green to match. So now I've got a stamp from, and I can't remember the set, but it's a border stamp out of one of the words from the Bright and Bold set. And I've just stamped around those edges there. And I've cut those little bugs out. And yes, I did cut off some of the antennas. I drew some of them back on after I've glued them down. And I'm just putting them on randomly. And I'm going to use my Stabilo or pencil. No, not yet. I'm just adding a couple of little butterflies into those flaps. And I'm just quickly drying that ink off with the archival ink. So here I'm using my Stabilo or pencil just to give a bit of a shadow around those bugs. And I'm activating it with a water pen. Just makes them stand out a little bit on the page. And I decided I liked the bugs black and white, so I'm keeping them that way. And here I'm just using a white gel pen just to go around the chicken wire stamp. And I won't bore you with all of that, but the white really makes that stamp pop, which I love. And I'm just picking a sticky quote from the Essential Sticky book. And I'm trying to find a bit of a lengthy quote, just so I could fill that gap there. And I chose to go with the white because it kind of matched the bugs, and I'm just outlining here. So thank you for watching. I'm just finishing off by adding a bit of ink around my border. I hope you like the process, and make sure you leave a comment. Thanks for watching.